I am going on tour with Cactus Tate, the two-hit wonder tour. We are coming to a city near you. Please come see us on the road. We are going to California, then we're heading to New York, Pennsylvania, Florida, Utah, back to California, Texas, Florida, Canada. We're coming all over, so please come see the shows. Come say hi. Get a ticket now at cactustate.com. Bye.
And welcome back to Discombobulated. How the heck are ya? I am doing great. I hope you're doing good. I'm getting over sick. I'm getting over being sick. I'm getting down with the sickness. You go to the urgent care with your sickness. You have an ear infection, get down with the sickness. They give you antibiotics and you give it to me. And they give you cough syrup and it still tastes gross. It has a little bit of bubblegum flavor, but it still tastes gross. I'm a big boy, but I don't like the gross. So that's where I've been. I've been cooped up a bit. I woke up many times over my sickness, and I just went back to bed. I had a bad ear infection that it kicked my whole ass. And people will be like, what do you mean? I could even get up. I was like walking around a little bit, but then all of a sudden I'd get like fucking dizzy, and I had like this fucking, it was just gross. Write in the comments, have you had that? Let me know how sick you're getting. But I did, I was on tour with Cactus Tate. We were finishing up the last city from the first tour. The I Just Want to Talk Shit tour, in which we're about to go on tour, the two-hit wonder tour. So please come out and see that. And we were on the road and we were finishing up. And in the last city, I just started I was just like, I don't feel right, you know? And I didn't feel it in my ear. I was just like, I don't feel correct. And I was like telling Tatum that, and I was driving and I was like, man, I just don't feel, I feel off. And then we got to the show and I was setting up some merch and I just was like, I don't feel good. Everyone went outside to smoke and I didn't. I was like, I'm going to keep setting all this stuff up because I was like, I just don't feel good. So then I go to lay down. I was like, oh my God, I feel this water in my head. And I told Cactus about it and she made fun of me. She was like, oh yeah, you got water in your head? Made fun of me. And then guess what? We both have fucking ear infections. I don't even know how you get that. How do people get an ear infection in the same ear? Was it because we were sharing a vape? Is that why? Because that might be the reason. If it's because you share a vape and vaping's not good for your ENT, your E or your N or your T. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna smoke anymore. I haven't I think this is the longest I've went without smoking nicotine since the first time I did it, which was a year and a fucking half. If you ever quit smoking, you stay right there. God, there are so many cooler things to waste your time with than smoking. I swear the fuck to God. I swear to God, if you're like, oh, I want to be, don't. And you know what? You can, at some point in your life, smoke. Once you become the consumer of it, you can't stop. It's hard. Because I would do that. I remember when I started, I was like 19. I was going to the Funny Bone. And I swear to God, I remember we were smoking inside. And people were like, after the show, I'm like, during the show. There was I think there were still smoking shows, which was all the time they had shows. And so I would buy a pack of cigarettes. So I looked not 19. People would look over and they'd be like, that guy looks 19. I'd have a cigarette here. And then they'd be like, yeah, that guy looks 19 with a fucking cigarette in it. I guess I was buying them at 19. Did I wait till I was 21? I don't remember when I was buying them. But I definitely, whenever, I don't remember what age you can. Okay, Google, how old do you have to be to buy cigarettes?
21. On the website controller.texas.gov, they say, the Texas legal age is 21 for the purchase, distribution, possession, purchase, consumption or receipt of cigarettes, e-cigarettes or tobacco products.
Yeah. I guess I waited till I was 21 then. Yeah, I was probably bumming. And then I guess whenever I thought I could buy one, I don't fucking remember. But that's why I did it because I wanted to like hang with, I wasn't like, I want cigarettes. And so if you bum them, stay right there. Don't go to the store and buy them. And I've done that. Like I've been the guy that like has cigarettes and I'm like, here, you can, you know what I mean? If someone wants to bum it, it's like, yeah, have a cigarette. Don't buy cigarettes. Because you always think it's gonna fucking be this great, great, great thing. And then afterwards you have a weird headache and you smell like your uncle. And you know what uncle I'm talking about. We all have an uncle that smells. You're like, that's my cigarette uncle. And an aunt. You have an aunt and an uncle. And maybe multiple, but when I say each one, you have a specific one you are thinking of. I do. I actually have an uncle that was the smoking one on my mom's side. And the smoker on my dad's side, my dad's sister and my mom's brother, they were both smokers. Rumor has it, one time at a Christmas party, someone caught them making out. Talk about getting what you wished for. Oh my God, making out at a family Christmas. I don't care if it's not incest. The fact that you have to explain it makes it gross. Because who caught them? This is like when you start to grow up, you're like, what? And you hear that they had, and you're like, because to me, they're related. When you're a kid, you don't understand how things work. I'm like, I think like a brother and sister kiss. I remember hearing this when they did. I remember hearing it like being younger and just being like, what? I have a fucked up family. I have a really weird family. Who doesn't have a weird family though, right? Like, I drank underage, never with my friends. Was not allowed. You should not go drink with your friends. You drink with our family. You get drunk with adults. You inebriated adults are deciding you can have this. Funny enough, cigarette aunt also sharing the liquor with me. No, there was two cigarette ants I had. Three, but wait, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. But like she stays that she's a bummer. She's like I bum cigarettes. You know what I mean? And I think that's where you should stay. Like whenever my great grandma died, her grandma, my cousin's aunt, which is weird. You ever have like someone the same age and you're like, grandma, like, that's my aunt. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? People are like, Aunt Kathy? I'm like, you mean grandma? Aunt Kathy? What the fuck are you what are you talking about? But I remember when my great grandma died, we were walking out and I remember my aunt was like, I know you guys have a fucking cigarette. And we were like, yes, we do have a cigarette. And you can have one right now because you need one. That's where, just leave it at that. That's where you should leave cigarettes. When you're kissing family members or I guess underage drinking with your family. Yeah, that happened. That was just something. But sincerely, that's why I'm a comedian, legitimately. So I can't blame them. But I guess I would have rather been something besides a comedian if this wasn't the life. You know what I mean? Like there's people who are probably successful that are like, oh, maybe I want to be a comedian, but they're like, but I have a house, a dirt bike, and can ride that dirt bike. And I'm like, I'm a comedian, and they're like, that's so cool. And I'm like, I see dirt bikes, and I don't even want to get near one because I know I don't have my credit. Well, like it'll beep. Like my credit score will just start going beep, 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 beep. You can't get closer. He's going to try to buy that fucker. He's going to try to buy the dirt bike. He's going to ride around town. I'm going to get a dirt bike. And I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be careful on my dirt bike. That's what I'm going to do. I kind of want to get a dirt bike to ride around Austin. And people are like, Bobby, that sounds crazy. You know what else sounds crazy? Not getting one. But no, I mean, dude, the reason I'm a comic, there's layers to it or whatever. But I had heard a couple, I remember like I'd see Blue Collar stand up. And I remember I came home and I was like, Dad, I saw this movie, but it wasn't a movie. It was like fucking 4 guys. Like they were just talking and they're funny. And he's like, stand up. And I remember in my kid brain, I was like, you knew about this and you never told me like that. I remember exactly that feeling. And then I had heard a couple other stand-ups. Like I had heard a couple, I don't remember which ones, but I had heard like here and there. And then I went underage drinking at a college with my dad. I know it doesn't even make any sense. I know it's crazy. So I'm underage drinking with college guys and my dad, and I get a little too drunk. And then they were like, you should probably knock it off. And I'm like, I guess so. And then my cousin goes, this guy just came to our school, and I put in his like headphones, and I was like listening to it, and it was Dane Cook. And it was the first time I was like, this rules. This is so funny. I'd never heard anything like this. I was very, very, very fucking into it. And then I was like infatuated. And that was like the kickoff for me in being like, what's that over there? Cause like when I was a kid, I like loved Jim Carrey and Chris Farley. And I was like, I always kind of thought I wanted to be an actor. And then you see this like stand-up world, and then you don't even realize that that's kind of like your true or that like path or whatever. Cause I've done like, I like acting, but not like I like stand-up. Because with acting, it's someone else's words or, you know, whatever. But with stand-up, it's all you. It's not even like you being in a band. You don't have to read someone else's lyrics. You don't have to it's yours, you know. So I'm very, very lucky. And I just celebrated my comedy quinceañera, which means I've been doing comedy for 15 years. And I'm very happy. But you do tell people, and they'll be like, holy shit, you should be like on Netflix. And I'm like, I am on Hulu, but if you pause fucking quickly. Pause the movie quickly. Actually, in April, I think I'm coming out on Hulu. I'm on a TV show. I'm on a TV show called What Would You Do? And I'm acting the entire time, and I am pissing people off. You should check it out. With host John Quixotes. Is that how you say his name? John Quixotes. It's not an easy name to say, and I don't know how to say it. And I might have accidentally walked on set a little early. And I know what he would do if you... I know what he would do if you walk on set too early. What are you doing? It's like a Good Samaritan show, and I accidentally... Like, we have like walkie-talkies and headsets on. It's like, you come around the corner. I don't know I actually don't know what I'm talking about. What are you doing? Why did you feel the need to help? What's going on, brother? Great guy. Honestly, very sweet, sweet man. Very, very sweet man. But yeah, I've been doing comedy for 15 years. I signed up my very first time right out of high school. I was 19 years old. I signed up at the Funny Bone in St. Louis, Missouri. And yeah, it has been a long road, but it's like anything. It feels like it's like kind of like a flash in the pan or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I try to be grateful because I do feel like there's anybody. I know anybody you always like think you want more, you want to do this or whatever, but I try to remember. Like, I always try to remember, like, young me, like that little kid that was like, you know, the little kid riding the bus, the kid signing up for his first open mic. Think about that kid seeing everything I've gotten to do and all the people my heroes that I've gotten to meet and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, dude, you're very fortunate. You're lucky and you worked very, very very hard. So yeah, I was having a good time, and we went on the road, and to celebrate my quinceanera, Cactus Tate got me a cake, which was so sweet. It was I I feel like, sometimes I feel like everyone kind of feels like they get forgotten about sometimes. You know what I mean? And I'm not like a big birthday guy. I'm not this, but, you try to make people feel special. And she did that for me. She made me feel important. We got to the club and she was like, oh, I wonder what this is. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It looks like a cake box. And then we open it up and it's for me. It said happy comedy birthday bitch or something like that. And comedy anniversary. But it was great. And we ate like a couple pieces of it, but it was a rich ass cake. I mean, it had a microphone. I took a bite out of that. But I mean, if you can eat a fucking full piece of cake as an adult, you are a badass. You're a badass. Because I'm not eating unhealthy anymore. I'm not smoking the vape. I'm eating healthy. I fasted for fucking... I had my 15 years and I purged it all out. I shit and fucking threw up a little bit. Mm-hmm. I got a little bit of that top shelf vomit out. I got a little Sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm very happy. I've met Dane Cook. I've got to like sit down and like have like a one-on-one chat with him, like just us. I was like taken on the road by Nikki Glaser whenever I was like first starting out. That is unmatched. Ryan Stout like had vouched for me to get my very first hosting spot. Jeremy Essig had helped me out so much starting out. All my friends starting out. Rafe, Tina, whenever I was like a comic, we would all do and hang out and do shows together. I did STL Up Late, this like sketch show. My best friend Briggs, growing up, he was there for my first open mic, made sure I was prepared, ready to go up, helped me run my material, helped me write some of my first material, like would help me punch up stuff and like ideas I had. And yeah, so that was I'm lucky. I've opened up for Dave Chappelle. Like all these people that I grew up watching and seeing, I now know. And here's another one. Rory Scoville, we just went and saw him in Houston. I messaged him because I was like, hey, me and Cactus, I'm going to come visit her at her hometown. We would love to come see you. And he was like, well, why don't you just do a guest spot? Which is it's so nice to not like, because I don't like to pester people. I would really rather just come watch the show than be like, can I get something? It's like they're already doing something. It's annoying to overly ask, but you do have to. It's a hard line to find. But I really was just like, I want to come watch him because he is a master. He is one of the most energetically fun, off the top of your head, inspirational comics. He's a very, very driving, inspirational force for like me as a comic. Like there's certain people that like I saw, and it's like you're already like in that world. You're kind of like them, but you see someone else that's like kind of like you. It's like you see someone else with the same shoes. You're like, oh, you like those too. But he's just so good. Like we got to hang out, and when we got into town, we accidentally ran into each other because he had texted me, but I was driving, so I didn't see it because I'm being really good about not looking at my phone while I'm driving, and because of all the shit and so. We were walking, and all of a sudden I hear Bobby Jaycox, and I turn around, and it's Rory. And I was just like, it was awesome. And then, yeah, I was, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and then his opener, Geoff Tice. Why the fuck do I call people with Jeff if they say Jeff? He spells it Geoff. And when I was a kid, I saw GF Raleigh. That's how I would say it. But it's Jeff Raleigh, or however you say that. But I always thought, because it was in a magazine, I would read it. I'm like, oh, Geoff. And no one... Sorry, Jeff Tice. Oh, I'm so sorry. He was his opener. We all got to go. They grabbed drinks before the show. We got to talk. We were just kind of talking about just the world, life, and everything. And to just be like in that, like I realized like while we were doing that, and then he gave me a guest spot and we were hanging out. I was like, at one point while I'm talking with him, I just was like, he's right there. Like all the things that you've wanted, all these things whatever, it's like they're right here. The fame, a huge fan base and all that stuff. Yeah, definitely need all that. But as far as like the world of it or whatever, I'm literally like the luckiest guy and like so happy with where I'm at. Like I told Rory, I was like, dude, I rolled over there today. My TV was on, like the movie was over and it played another movie. And I was like, and I woke up and you were on TV. You're in-house. He was like, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, that's wild. But it's cool to know that after you like do something for long enough, you get to like be in that world. And that's something I didn't expect to love so much. Like I definitely, when I first thought it was going to be like me writing jokes, taking them on stage, not as much like you getting to be in that world, hanging out with like contemporary people that you love, people that you see on TV, like all that kind of stuff. I'm very, very, very fortunate, and I'm happy with. I'm just really happy with where I'm at, and I can't stop expressing how much I'm trying to be grateful because, I mean, it could all be taken away at any time because I'm not fucking good at this. If someone audits my stand-up, I'm fucking flying fucked. Do you know that? Do you know if I get an audit, they're gonna go, "Where are these punchlines?" I go, what's that? Actually, I think the government owes me a couple fucking punchlines or whatever. But yeah, so we got to go see Rory. I mean, God, he is so funny. I really do recommend if he comes to your city, you have to go see him. He's so goddamn. I was like doing that thing where I literally laughed so loud, people looked at me, and that rarely like happens. And I'm not like a too cool to laugh guy. I love being at a show and I'll laugh. But when someone really hits my funny bone, I'm already loud. It's me fucking. You can't turn it down, dude. You cannot turn it down. Don't even try. So, yeah, I was just like absolutely loving his show, and I don't want to give any of it away, but goddamn, you got to go see it. Goddamn, you got to go see it. So, yeah, that was great. And then I'm driving later today to go to Tatum's, and then we're going to go early in the morning. We're flying to California. We are going to California. Maybe eat the ambient. No, that's mine. I can't wait to go to Cali. The weather, and the flowers. Have you fucks seen the flowers? Did you hear that fart? Because I was going to point my microphone at it, but I thought it was going to be loud enough, and by golly, I hope it was. I have a second one, and I'm not confident in it. I would not give that fart a guest spot on my show, if that makes sense. Bobby, what's a guest spot? It's just where you do like a little bit of time. And then everyone goes, who the fuck is this fucking idiot? But the headliner does it because they love them. Yeah. But the flowers, everything. I picked up, what are those things called? Did I pick up blue bonnets? Or is that just a butter? I picked up like some blue flowers. I saw some red flowers. I got some yellow flowers. I'm a flower bitch. Bob's a flower queen, dude. I love picking flowers. I love it. I love when you pick a flower and you get to put it in your ear, or you fucking put it in your little bag you have, or you put it on your dashboard. I love that. Being kind of scared that snakes might. Is there a snake going to bite me while I'm trying to pick the color right out of the ground? Watch out. Am I going to get ticks? Am I going to get ticks because I love beauty? Bitch. So yeah, I drove to Houston, drove back, and now I'm going to drive to Houston, and then we're going to fly, and then I'm going to come back and complain about the apartment I live. God, I can't wait to move out of this apartment. I'm gonna send one more letter, and here's the thing: we've gotten rent credit. Oh, we might be getting it again because the fucking place flooded last night. Everything that could break in a place. If I bought a home. Like, I've never even seen that movie. What's the movie? The Burbs? No, not The Burbs. The other Tom Hanks one, the Money Pit. I'm money pitting it. Like, everything is going to shit, but then what I just get to do instead of freaking out and, like, cleaning up water, going, oh, I don't care about this drywall. I'm going to be out of here soon. Where are you going to move, Bobby? Where are you going to move your body, Bobby? I'm thinking about Austin. Thinking I'm going to stay in Austin. I'm also thinking about staying in my car and just driving around the country, but that can also get pricey. I also don't know what I'm going to do. So if you know a place and you're like, this is a place for Bob, send it to me. And if it's too expensive, fucking who cares? And if it's too cheap, fucking who cares? And if it's has roommates, don't send it to me. I'm not living with anyone else for a long time. And I'm not complaining. I love everybody, but we kind of give up at some point. I'm not going to be a Post-it note putting stuff on stuff. I'm just like, you know what? I could clean up after a guy. I've cleaned up after a guy. I've pretty much dated Zach for a little bit. But he's about to move in with his girlfriend, and God bless her. I hope it works out. The relationship is. I don't mean like that. I mean like the roommate part. No. He really is. I wouldn't talk shit on him if I actually didn't like him. I absolutely love him. Does he emit beer cans? Yes. It feels like every time he sits down, it's like instead of like Mario whenever he dies, it's just like instead of like all the coins, it's just like a bunch of like fucking Lone Stars going bling, 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 bling. But again, I don't mind. I went the first half living by me, cleaning the entire apartment for both of us. And now I don't do that. And what does it smell like? Exactly what you think it smells like. Have you brought girls over here? Not very often. Does his girlfriend come over? Absolutely not. I even asked her that. I was like, why don't you stay over here? And she's like, like we both started laughing. I was like, dude, I know why you don't stay there. I know why you don't stay at the Zach Attack. No, but he really is a great guy. Zach Bukovich is an amazing comic. He's a good person. I really love that guy. I really, really, really love him. I'm not a perfect roommate fucking either. So let's both just be bad, you know? That's what I'm going to do, you know? Live a little bit like Jesus. Live a little bit on the edge and like Jesus. Did Jesus have quotes on his wall that inspired him? Like an arrow that just says like, that's your dad, like up at the sky. Papa, pointing up. Because there had to be days where Jesus was like, I am so tired of being the son of God. God damn it. I would kill to... I mean, I wouldn't. No, I would never. Sorry, God. Sorry, Papa. I know that's one of your rules. You have so many fucking rules. You have 10 rules. And then you have like other rules. And then you have loopholes in those rules. And you want me? God damn. Like it's hard. This is when I was a kid, I never got this answered. And I really want to know this. When Jesus was a baby, and I know, here's the thing. When I was a kid, I had a different like view on sinning. Because I would see people be like, yeah, that's not sinning. I'm like, that seems bad though. It doesn't seem good to kind of like get around. Like, aren't we all trying to be like, isn't that what you should try to be? Like, you're a kid. You have like this glowing idea of like what a person can and should be. Especially if you're religious or whatever. And you're like, I could grow into that. But then whenever they would talk about Jesus and they're like, yeah, he was a baby. I was like, then was he like, because it's not a sin to shit your pants and have someone else clean it up, but it doesn't seem like good, right? Like even like primates don't do that. Like they don't shit and then they just go and then they come back. Like we have to like, your mom has to like take care and she's like, oh, and then you're doing that and then crying and then you like, was Jesus a perfect baby? It's hard to picture the son of God being like, like how do you justify that part? And then like, well, that part doesn't count. And you're like, but I thought he was, oh my God. You know? It's like, when do you become the son of God? Like post puberty? How does this shit work? I don't know. And they keep talking about the Antichrist is going to come back. There's some people around. There's some things and people that you're like, what are you doing? Christ, but opposite every fucking way. Fucking backwards ass. Hosanna in the lowest. Hosanna in the gutters. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the lowest. That's the pod. Come check out a show. I love you. Here we go. Bye.